Most people obsess over design costs, manufacturing, and maybe even patents. Meanwhile, they're completely blind to the expenses that actually decide if you ever make a dime. And after tracking the real numbers behind over 2,000 product launches, I can tell you exactly which costs blindside people and which ones you'll actually control. Today, I'm going to show you the real numbers that matter and why the inventors who actually get rich think about money in the complete opposite way. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They add up what I call the pretty costs: industrial design, a prototype, maybe a basic manufacturing quote. They see a number like $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. They think, cool, I can afford this. And mentally, they're done budgeting. But here's the brutal reality. Those visible upfront costs are usually less than 30% of what it actually takes to get a product to market. Not half, not most, 30%. I'll give you a real example. A client came in with a detailed plan and a $12,000 budget. They thought they were being conservative. Their actual launch cost $47,000. And no, this isn't some horror story or edge case. This is typical. The psychological trap here is simple. Most people think they're building a product when what they're actually building is a business. And businesses have expenses no one wants to talk about. Why? Because every blog post, every YouTube video, every expert course online focuses on development costs. They teach you how to make a product, but they completely ignore what costs to sell, support, and survive once it exists. This is where budgets actually die. Let's walk through the 7 cost categories almost no one plans for. Category 1, compliance and certification. If your product has electronics, you may need compliance and safety testing, such as UL, FCC, CE, and others. This alone can run $5,000 to $15,000 or more. And here's the worst part. You usually don't find out you need this until after the product is already designed, which means redesigns, delays, and more money. Category 2, real manufacturing setup. Not the pretty per unit quote. I'm talking about tooling, minimum order quantities, quality control, freight, tariffs, and custom packaging. Suddenly, that $6 unit cost turns into $20,000 to $30,000 upfront commitment. And that's before you sell a single unit. Category 3, inventory and storage. This one blindsides people constantly. Where is your inventory sitting? Who's paying for storage? What happens if it doesn't sell fast? Inventory ties up cash, and cash flow kills more businesses than bad ideas ever will. Category 4, marketing and customer acquisition. This is a big one. You don't launch and magically get sales. Ads, content, influencers, email tools, landing pages, realistically $10,000 to $50,000 just to find out if people will actually buy. No traffic equals no sales. No sales equals dead product. Category 5, legal protection beyond patents. Patents are just one piece. You still need trademarks, terms of service, privacy policies, liability insurance. Ignore this, and one problem wipes you out completely. Category 6, returns, refunds, and customer service. Nobody budgets for unhappy customers, but they show up anyway. Returns, chargebacks, support software, and time. These costs don't feel big until they quietly eat your margins. Category 7, the cash flow gap. This is the silent killer. You pay for inventory months before you get paid back. Meanwhile, bills keep coming in. Rent, software, ads. Most people don't run out of ideas. They run out of time and cash. Look, if you just realized your $10,000 budget is actually going to be $50,000, here's what you do next. I'll personally walk you through the real cost breakdown for your specific product idea and show you which expenses will kill you versus which ones you can control. Click the link in the description. Don't become another $40,000 mistake. Here's where successful inventors think completely differently. They don't ask, how much will it cost to build? They ask, what do I need this product to make? Let's say the goal is $100,000 in profit. Smart inventors work backwards. They know that to net $100,000, they'll likely need $300,000 or more in revenue. Now you subtract manufacturing, marketing, returns, operations, and taxes. Only then, you see what's left for development. This does 2 powerful things. First, it exposes deal killers early, before you're emotionally attached. Second, it forces you to validate the business model, not just the product. This is why the top 5% validate the math before they validate the prototype. Most people fall in love with the idea. Smart inventors fall in love with the numbers. The $10,000 budget myth keeps inventors focused on the wrong costs, while the real money quietly disappears everywhere else. The 95% who fail budget forward from development. The 5% who succeed budget backwards from profit. Your idea isn't the problem. The problem is pretending that development costs are the only costs that matter. Start with the end goal and work backwards, or you end up exactly where most inventors do, out of money, confused, and wondering what went wrong. Now you know the real cost of launching a product and why most inventors budget themselves into failure. But here's the truth. Knowing the costs and avoiding the traps are two very different things. If you want to validate your idea the right way before risking a single dollar on those hidden expenses, click the link in the description for a free strategy session with me. We'll show you exactly which costs will destroy your idea and which ones you can eliminate before you start. And when you're done, watch my video, Why 95% of Product Ideas Die Before Launch. It breaks down the other traps that kill great ideas long before costs even become the issue. Click the link right now.